Salute to all the Patreon members. I want to thank you guys for your support. Really means a lot to me. All the subscribers, all the new viewers. If you guys can do me a favor, please check out the links in the description box below. One of them being the Patreon page. And I'm going to post a new video later on today, so you guys don't want to miss that. Also, you're only getting audio in this live stream because I'm still out the country. I don't have my computer on me. I am not back at home. I don't have my laptop. I don't have my computer with me. So you're just going to get audio. I can't share any articles. I can't share any videos. I can't share any pictures, anything. You're just getting audio for today. You're probably going to get audio up until Friday. So please be patient. But anyways, I want to talk about this Saweetie situation. This Saweetie situation, very interesting, very telling. So it just came out that her friend, or slash, people calling her a madam. I guess she can be labeled as that. Her madam friend is coming out trying to expose her, saying that she was allegedly working as an escort for however long she's known her, and she hasn't been paying the money that they verbally agreed upon. All right. So, Saweetie, if this is true, I would allege that other women who are well known with hit records, music on the charts, who have charted that we know of, maybe not only just in music, but in acting, socialites, as you want to call them, they're probably doing the same thing also. And this person that's in your corner throwing clients your way for you to get paid, for her to get paid, right? They're protecting a lot of your secrets. And that's how you're respected. That's one of the ways you're respected. You're connected and you're respected because it's like, oh, okay, your bad habits, right? Your weird little medical conditions that you have, I know about it. I hold those secrets. You know, as long as you do good business with me, I do good business with you. And you do me wrong in this business and you don't pay me my money, you can be outed. But at the same time, this can hurt a lot of other people. Suit the scant dollar. It doesn't just hurt her because she's talking about coming out and saying how she wants to expose all the husbands that she slept with, that she's alley-ooped to. I alley-ooped a lot of husbands to you in order for you to get paid, I get paid. But these are married men. Let me talk about how much of a homewrecker you are. That's what she came out and said. But not only does that hurt her, Saweetie, it hurts the husbands who did good business. It hurts the wives. It hurts the families. It hurts this madam who's came out and said all this. You're not trustworthy anymore because, all right, you got somebody that went renegade, fell in love with the client, and hasn't paid you, right? Let it go. Don't chop off your nose and spite your face, because now you're known as somebody who, instead of just saying, hey, you know what? I'll never do business with her. Somebody like her who's unpredictable. You said that she was on that powder. I don't know how true that is. According to your word, you said she was on that powder. So if she's on that powder, she's probably going to mess up. She's probably going to mess up that relationship and be back at square one, needing somebody like you in the future again. And you just say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to work with her anymore because she said, hey, you know what? I helped you out in a time of need when you was at home, bored, you had no motion going on. I brought you to Africa. We did tours in Australia. I've introduced you to some high profile men. Let's just read it. Let's read what she posted on her Instagram page about, excuse me. Let's read what Maybach May, this is her name, the madam. Let's read what she posted about Saweetie on her Instagram page. She said, hey, sweetie, I see you playing internet games on Beyonce's internet, child. Let me know how you want to play this. I'm either going to receive my money from you or I can start addressing some of them rumors with TMZ. We spent almost a month in Africa. You should know I wasn't going to let you play me out some money when it just says ... She goes, I try to be nice. Nice don't get you nowhere. And she also says, cocaine, witchcraft, and liquor is one hell of a mix. Send me my bread, home wrecker. So at Saweetie. I want to make one thing clear. I booked her for an appearance to visit the Chelsea Stadium and support the soccer team, as my last post shows. Instead of paying me, she fell in love with the client and told him not to pay me. I was a road manager with her, getting her deals. I was solid to this girl. She got what she wanted and never paid me. Simple. I want my money. Now, the client that she fell in love with is Sancho, Jadon Sancho. He's from the UK. All right. She even exposed text messages between her and Saweetie. She also went on to say, I tell a joke, but I ain't never told a lie. I sent you to Dubai because you never balled before and was depressed looking for a happy life. Took you to London. Babes took you to Nigeria, booked you on Australian tour. I helped this girl so much, only for her to play with my money at the end. I'm just missing my money from London. Pay up, cokehead, before I start naming the rest of the husbands you was playing with. She said, Sancho, after you're done paying and getting tattoos of a hoe you barely know, run me my money. She hates her career, so you came right on time, like the trick you are. I just want y'all owe me. Okay. Is that his real name? Jadon Sancho. Okay. His real last name is Sancho. Sancho's a soccer player. I don't know what club he plays for, what team he plays for. I'm not big into soccer. But here's the thing, though. This Maybach May woman, when I heard that she was like, okay, I introduced her to one of my clients who was a soccer player. When I heard soccer player, I said, oh, this madam who's going off on Saweetie on the internet, she must not be American. She must be African or Caribbean, because Black American women, they're not introducing their homegirls to a soccer player from overseas. Black women in America don't know shit about soccer players or soccer at all. All right. Black women in America, they want rich pookies. All right. They want a rich simp pookie. All right. Then they get around the pookies and realize, okay, this man doesn't really have that much money as I thought he would have. He got money, but he don't have that much money as I thought he would have. And then the rich pookies, It's like, okay, if I drop a bag on you and I'm taking care of you, I'm buying you cars and this, that, and the third, I got other bitches. If I'm taking care of everything for you. And that's kind of what they don't want. Some women, they want their cake and eat it too. All right. I want a man this tall to fuck this good. I want his body to look like this. I want him to be a simp, a sucker. I want him to have all the money in the world. I want him to spend all his money on me in the world. I want to be able to see and cheat on him every once in a while and for him to forgive me and him to have no other bitches besides me. That does not exist. And he got to have swag. He got to have a grill. He got to have a pit bull. He got to like hot Cheetos. You know, he got to have swag. And he got to be monogamous and forgiving. And he got to be a man of the cloth, love the Lord, love his mama, hate his father. It does not exist. Excuse me. But a black, see, and I know Saweetie, she's mixed. Her dad is black. She rapping all that goofy shit. She's living her life as a black American woman in America. All right. But the thing about it is, man, it's like these women, black American women in America, they don't know I mean, this is a lot of women in the West, especially black American women. It's like they don't know money unless you got to explain it to them. You know what I'm saying? Dubai. A lot of these bitches, they just think, okay, I get a BBL, I get my Instagram page up, and I'm gonna go to Dubai. You ain't even gotta do all that. You don't even gotta do all that. You see what I'm saying? And then you go out there, and I can only imagine what the competition is because I haven't been to Dubai yet, but I saw a video, somebody going over there, and I guess it was in front of a club or some event, and it was just a line of bad bitches all in the front looking to make money. I can only imagine what the competition looks like over there. Now, see, Saweetie, she was in the front of the line because it's like you already got a name. You got a name, you're Googleable, right? You got millions of followers. She does look good, I give her that. But at the same time, this woman, she's 32 years old. You see what I'm saying? She know, okay, my looks is still holding on, but I got to get the fuck up out this game for real. I got to really find me a good trick, a good simp, and get pregnant and lock him in. I don't want to be going to Dubai. It's cool. I'm getting a little money here and there, but I got to find me a good simp and I'm childless. Because going to Dubai, you know, some women, they just think, okay, let me go to Dubai and make this money with all this competition. You ain't even got to do all that. See, if you knew better, you do better. You could go right up to Fort Mac and make the same and make the same amount of money. But what do they know about Fort Mac? What do most people know about Fort Mac? I talked about Fort Mac years ago. I talked about Grand Prairie years ago. I talked about Fox Creek years ago. But it fell on deaf ears. As a matter of fact, trolls, there's been I remember there was a troll who was hate watching me There was a troll that was hate watching me trying to talk shit when I was talking about Fort Mac, Grand Prairie, and Fox Creek. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. All right. Money in front of a lot of sisters in America, right? They don't know it unless you explain it to them. But if it's not packaged up the way they like it, they don't want it. They want something that's damn near impossible. But Saweetie, I think Saweetie, she's as slow as she looks, but at the same time, you know, her mother's Filipina, right? I think her mother is Filipina, so it's them Asian women. It's kind of like, look, they come from a culture where it's like, motherfucker, it ain't about the looks, it ain't about his occupation, it's not about swag or whatever. We gotta get this money. Bitch, we gotta get this money. All right? Fuck YG, fuck Quavo. This Jadon Sancho on the soccer team, this motherfucker just locked in, I think like a 4-year, $65 million deal with the team he's playing for. And he's only 25 years old. Some of these soccer players, they play into their 40s. So you still, if you stay healthy, you still got 15 more years. But I hear he's kind of injury prone as well, from what I heard. All right. But Saweetie, she's what, 32 years old. He's 25. Right. She still looks good. She could still get her 25-year-old, 25-year-olds, 23-year-olds. They still jerking off, thinking about Saweetie. They would still take down Saweetie if the opportunity presents itself. And, like I said, them UK brothers, yeah, some of them are corny. Yeah, they corny. But some of them are a lot smoother than what you think, right? They ain't got the same swag as us, but at the same time, they got GQ swag. You know what I'm saying? Brothers over there, the haircut is sharp. You know what I'm saying? They got that, like, look at Aaron, what's in the Aaron Pierre with Tiana Tate. He got GQ swag. Damson Idris, he got GQ swag. Idris Elba, GQ swag. Jadon Sancho, GQ swag. Motherfuckers know how to put on a suit and tie and make that shit look fly. They know how to put that shit on and look sharp over there. I've been saying this for years about UK brothers. Some of the UK brothers that's like in the media representing, they ain't got ripped jeans with pink dreads. You know what I'm saying? And a bat tattoo on their neck. With a fucking coffin tattoo on their forehead. You know what I'm saying? Look at what's that other dude? Skepta, GQ swag. Yeah, like that accent, you'll never get used to that accent. You can't even argue with somebody with that accent. You can't really take them seriously, but image-wise, their image, a lot of them brothers from over there, their image is better than ours. All right? They're a little bit more sharper than ours when it comes to image. So now, you got this woman who kind of has to direct her into the lap of real money, right? Not to say that there isn't real money in America. Of course, there's real money in America. But it's like you got to tone down on your preference, tone down on your swag, and let me put you in front of other men with money from around the world. Because some of these international guys are some of the biggest tricks and biggest simps in the world. That's probably why she locked this Jadon down, right? You barely know somebody. I think he got a tattoo of her somewhere behind his ear or something. I forgot where he got a name tattooed on her. He already got her name tattooed on him. This motherfucker in love. And if he's in love with the tattoo, he's probably in love dropping bags of cash on her. She's probably well taken care of by now, debt free, right? She found her a Russell Wilson. Jadon Sancho is probably the new Russell Wilson. And guess what? It comes with a high body count with no kids, right? A versatile high body count with no kids. That's what Saweetie's coming with. Yeah, he gonna pay to get her master's, right? She ain't gonna make music no more. She gonna sit back, be quiet for a little while, and then pull the bait and switch after she get kids by him, right? That Filipina side is gonna kick in once I bet she is trying her damnedest to get pregnant by this dude, probably. See, now you're starting to see more women in America. You know, Eve, she got the Maximilian dude over in the UK. Motherfucking what's her name? Got Prince Charles or whatever whatever his name is. whatever both of their names is, I forgot. Then you had Meg Thee Stallion, when she with like this African soccer player from over there for a little while. She had her soccer player for a little while. You got Eve, or I already said Eve. Now you got Saweetie with a soccer player. But on their own, Saweetie would have never looked at a soccer player because they don't, you know. You put somebody like that in front of her, it's like, yeah. I don't like him. He lame as hell. And then where's that accent from? Like, I don't want to talk to nobody with that accent. Like, bitch, you know how much this dude is worth? This is how you got to talk to women like Saweetie. I've met, well, I mean, I've put women in front of guys with money before. They're like, oh, I don't know, he kind of short and this is that. Like, bitch, who gives a fuck? Do you know how much this person is worth? You complaining about your situation, living with your bum ass boyfriend's mama in the basement. He ain't got no motion going on. You mad because of your living situation. You can't make ends meet. You don't respect him. All right, I'll put you in front of somebody with real paper, and you worried about this motherfucker's height and his voice. Fuck is you talking about? That's how you got to talk to a lot of Western American women. Because the woman that put her on, like as soon as I read that, I'm like, I know she's not Black American. She gotta be African or Caribbean. And sure enough, Maybach May, the Madam Friend, she's Eritrean. No black American woman gonna put you on or no soccer. But anyways, so this right here shows you, look, a woman like her, I mean, her face card is good enough to where she could have got somebody in America. And the decisions you've been making this whole time, you really just been fucking up. And somebody kind of had to pull you off your ass from your house and put you on a toss it up in the air tour. And then you finally found a good trick. Now, I'm curious to see where this goes. I'm not even mad about the situation. I don't care, especially women in media, whatever. It's like, look at Taraji P. Henson. Taraji crying on the internet talking about, underpaid and she ain't got no man and this is not a third crying. It's like, I bet women from her class, from her generation, and I know they done been around rich, successful, wealthy men in the past, probably had too much pride to really take it there. And now look where you at, right? Now in this generation, you have women that it's like, look here, we're in a dating market now where it's kind of like, hey, look, fuck love. It's about the money. I need some help. I need assistance. I need this. Right? Does that mean they're going to stay together forever? No. Right? I'm going to find me a good lick. And I'm going to make sure my debt is paid. My debt owed back to the label is paid. All the money that they put up for me is paid. Because I've heard her music here and there. I thought she was doing okay. Apparently, people are saying that the music is trash and the label has put up too much money for somebody like her and hasn't really seen a return. I don't know. I know she ain't up there with the Lottos and the Glorillas. I know that. But her face card is good. So is it wrong to marry a foreign woman? What does this have to, what are you talking about? So is it wrong to marry a foreign woman, in particular a Filipino? Man, what does this, look, man, we talking about Saweetie. We ain't talking about Filipinas right now. Saweetie's half Filipino, but we ain't talking about flying over to another country, marrying nobody. We talking about a woman, a high profile woman, still having to sell pussy, still having to sell her body to make ends meet. Some people, they see the followers. They think, okay, she got millions of followers, millions of views. She's everywhere. She's dating rich people. And you just more in debt than the average person. The record labels gave you a big loan and, who knows how much of that she has to pay back. Did she break even? Have they made a profit? Because old girl is saying, hey, you ain't never balled out like that, so that's why I had to send you to Dubai. What you mean she ain't never balled out like that? I thought, wasn't this the icy chick? She's saying she was an icy girl. So all that was fake. Her music is trash and costs the label a lot of money because they have to market and push her. Also, all I guess he's still typing. All her music has samples that it costs a lot of money to be clear. She's a net negative to label, plus she fell off. So I don't really know her music like that. I don't really know her music like that, but you know, like whoever this Jadon Sancho soccer player guy is, I know he's gonna be another Russell Wilson. He's probably gonna spend more than Russell Wilson to get her out of the negative. She's gonna play the role a little while, but I think you're gonna hear about her getting pregnant real soon. But this Maybach May, a little madam friend putting her out on blast, nobody's gonna care. This isn't gonna hurt her. This is gonna hurt the madam putting this out. This is gonna hurt her business more than trying to hurt Saweetie. The rumor's already been around long enough that she gets around and that she's a cheater, a liar, and a cheater. Right? We've already heard those rumors for a minute. So you putting that out there, you know, it's kind of like Meg Thee Stallion saying who she slept with and this, like all that shit that came out in the case. Yeah, it was like people heard that and it was like, damn, like this how you getting down? But it didn't. It didn't hurt her brand. As a matter of fact, her being freaky goes along with her brand, the kind of music that she makes. So like, okay, she living out her old rap lyrics. It's gonna hurt your brand to expose a client because then that brings down men who trusted you to keep secrets, to have sex with some of these women that you providing for them that are in marriages. So what you gonna do? Okay, now I'm gonna name off all the people she slept with that are married. They're gonna be in the divorce court. Their wives are gonna file for divorce this week because of you. So no, she's not gonna put out the names. I mean, if you're smart, you're not gonna be dumb enough to put out the names of the husbands that she's had sex with. You just charge it to the game and keep it moving. Like, okay, I put it out there about this. Now I gotta tighten up on my business. Which you should have never said anything in public anyways. I understand you're a woman, you don't like people getting over on you, and you know, a man is involved, a powerful man, well, a rich man is involved, right? And you're not getting your money. And then if people feel like they can fuck you over and not pay you your money for stuff like this, then there is no business for you, right? Your business will probably be you having to go out there and finding yourself a good trick and then shutting the fuck up and not and stop offering this service from then on. There's an agenda of rich, light skinned and white dudes having ratchet black American female entertainers from the streets as clear as day. That's nothing new. You said an agenda. That's nothing new. That's been going on since slavery. What you mean? I don't know how old you are, but in the 90s, like that's when I was a kid, that wasn't nothing new. White dudes been trying to get with black women, especially dark-skinned black women. Europe, that's normal. I mean, that's normal over in Europe. Why you see so many light-skinned, you see so many biracial people over there in Europe, right? That's nothing new. But all this woman is doing, you want to talk about drug use and adultery and trying to expose text messages, talking about like, I think one of the text messages, she was talking about like, hey, um, I'm curious to know how much money we can get about this guy. How much were his last tricks, the last holes that he was tricking on? How much was he paying them? Because if he was paying them 25,000 an ass cheek, maybe we can up it to 40,000 an ass cheek if he's that much of a trick. I am Saweetie, by the way. But here's the thing, man. Um, Getting with a soccer player, especially them being from the UK, you got to play the long game. You see what I'm saying? You kind of have to play the long game. I'm curious to see where this is going. I have nothing against what Saweetie's doing, what her madam is doing, or whatever. I have nothing against that. You know, I hope that becomes legal all across the board because technically it's really not legal because what you're doing, this type of business, it wasn't conducted in America. It was conducted in places where it is legal. I don't know about Australia's laws, but I know places around Europe. I mean, it's legal, right? And in America, it's a bit of a gray area, but still, you know, offering a service for money, I have nothing against that, right? You should go on dates after you hit it. I've done that when I was in Panama. Man, when you see me having dinner with some of them women, taking them out, I got pictures of them looking at menus or them sitting next to me with their hand on my hip. I done already hit it. Some of y'all got it backwards, right? You want to want, I mean, and I'm a victim of this too. I've done this too. I'm not saying I'm above nobody, but you know, you want to wine and dine somebody and see where it goes. And then in many cases, it don't go nowhere. They disrespecting you in front of their face. They texting other guys in front of you in front of their face. They on the phone talking to other guys while you in front of them trying to get to know them. You on your seventh date. You haven't gone nowhere. You didn't spend God knows how much money on each date. And you feel like, okay, this ain't going nowhere. I'm getting played. This is that and the third. No, man. It's time to flip it. Like what John Witherspoon said. You know, like you getting pussy whooped. How about you flip it? Don't get whipped by the pussy, whip the pussy. Like, don't be pussy whooped, whip pussy. I still like to be seen in public, you know, doing all that fly shit. Eat with a hoe, drink my wine with a hoe, but I done already fucked already. You know what I'm saying? The videos, the pictures I was showing you, I hit first, then I took her out and got her something to eat. So I don't mind that. I don't mind. Like some woman the other day talking about, yeah, they only want you for your money and this, that, and the third. I'm like, bitch, what you think I hustle for? What you think we working for? You think we making? You think we? You think we staying away from home this long, working this, learning new skills? Motherfuckers lifting up heads, sledgehammers. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Welding, getting sparks, all the, the sparks be flying over their head, going over they fucking welding helmet, going down the back of their back, setting their back on fire. Welding sparks going down the back of their neck. You think we doing all this shit for us? That's not all I'm doing this for, man. A lot of this work, man. I like nice shit. I like bad bitches too. What you think? I want a bitch. I want a woman to want me for my money. Damn, he got a little bit of bread. I want her to want me for that. That's why I work. That's why, man, that's why I leveled up from doing unskilled labor to skilled labor. What you think we hustle for? You're correct now. Just tell them I want to. This thing is in the way. Hold on. It saves time and avoid manipulation. Yeah. Yeah. Now, in this situation, is he a sucker for love? I mean, he's a zennial. Possibly. But that feeds into the ecosystem. You know what I'm saying? Like, let it happen. Let it happen. Okay, he's going to get a baby by her. She's going to get tired of him. What is she going to do? Take him to court? You're going to have to be a British citizen to get him for some child support. Because the American laws can't go after him. I don't think you can get the British laws to go after him, especially if the baby was born in America, because she probably gonna have the kid in America. So this is it. Like, I really feel that if this goes any further, she's gonna have to play the long game with somebody like him. You know what I'm saying? Just getting some money, getting cash here and there, and Saweetie looked like somebody that knows how to seduce a man. You know what I'm saying? You can look in her eyes and tell she knows how to seduce a man. Yeah, this works. This perfume that I'm wearing, it works. This little body butter that I rub on my body, this works. This laundry, this works. Yeah, when I invite him to the shower and I rub him down like this works. When I talk like this to him, this works. When I say this is ear, this works. I think she know what works and working. But if you in the red with your label, you trying to get out of debt, you want to be financially free, you want to be out of your label. Yeah, but anything further than that, I mean, she's 32. I think I could see some kids coming up out of this. But if kids come on, then that's something you don't have to play the long game with. You will have to play the long game with somebody like him. You know, because you're not gonna get Anthony Edwards, Aisha Howard, Brittany Renner, PJ Washington treatment. This is a foreigner. So I used to be a welder, you're not lying. It's a hard and dangerous career. Yeah. She probably got that stop. She got that slop tie baby blowing bubbles in it. She a pro, that's for real. Yeah. You can look at, man, she yeah, you can look at her and tell, like, no. You'll fall deep looking into her. She know how to look you into her eyes. She know how to look into your eyes deep with hers and seduce you. And it helps that she fine too. But it don't look like the guy that she dealing with know how to snap out or something like that. Like, okay. It don't look like the novelty's wearing off. It looked like he's holding up in the air. I don't know how soccer money's done because I think he's injury prone. So I don't know how much of that money is guaranteed. But I think she gonna start. She the type of woman not only know how to seduce a man, she know how to change some things up in a man's life. No, where the fuck you staying at? No, this where you live? No, you need to actually get you, a house with a little bit of space. All right. No, I don't like these walls up in here. Change the walls. Do you know about? You know what I'm saying? Change the backsplash in this kitchen. Yeah. Change the furniture up in here. No, this. Yeah. Let's get this room painted this color. Make it look a little bit brighter. Okay, honey. He probably he just say okay to everything. But this is who's out here. Do I think she's a predator? No, because she's only doing what you're allowing her to do. Because the guy could have said, hey, look, no, this ain't like that. Maybach Madam or whatever, the Eritrean chick, she runs a type ship. I respect her business. We only dealing with each other for a week. I pay her money. I pay it to you to pay her. That's it. Because I respect my privacy, I respect my business. It could have just went that way. But it's going into a totally different direction. It's going down a direction path of love. And hey, man, that's life. Stuff like that happens. But that's what's out here. And that's what I like to keep it at. I like to keep it transactional. Let's get to the point. I don't want to keep you around long enough in month 3, month 4, month 5. You still texting other guys. You still holding on to pictures. You disrespectful. You not cooking. You not cleaning. They think you lame. They don't like your music of choice. They be talking shit. It's like, hey, look, you know what? let's Let's pay this up front. Give me what I want and get the fuck on. You don't have to worry about what kind of music I like. You don't have to worry about what kind of opinions that I have or who I voted for. Or, you know, I don't kiss cologne. He really lame for real. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't have to deal with none of that. Oh, he want me to clean and he want me to cook for him. You get all that by paying a bitch. That's what I said in that one live that I did. I said, man, if I'd have done Asia totally differently, this is how I would have lived my life in Asia with the mindset that I have now. Excuse me. I have that in my life throughout Asia. I said, look, because it could have been done. I could have done that. But back in 2014, I was on some, hey, look, my mind was totally different. I was still trying to date when I was in Asia. And I did, but it's well, you know, I guess some guys could say the same thing if you're doing transactional meetups, right? What do you really have to show for it? You know, and some of the things that I went through, apologize, still under the weather. Some of the experiences that I went through, I wouldn't have went through as much as I did had I just kept it transactional, you know. But I said, if my mindset now, if I'd have had that back then, it's gonna cost that much to get some of the things that I'm right now, right? $30. Women, they was really only asking for like $20, $30 back then. Even to this day, living in Thailand. Because some of the women, they're not really making ends meet. You know, they're waitresses at restaurants, they're making that much. They're not getting that much in tips. They're hardly getting anything. So $20, $30 is really all they ask. Like, look, what you want me to do? You want to fuck? You want me to suck your dick or whatever? 1,000 baht. That's it. 700. That's it. All right, I'm coming through. That's really the time that they was on back then. But look here. Do you know how to cook? What Thai meals? What Thai dishes do you know how to cook? All right, you know how to cook that? Do you know how to cook it well? Send me a picture of you of what your plate looks like after you cook that. Okay, that shit looks good. What I'm gonna do is I need you to go to the grocery store, buy all the ingredients for that shit. Come through. I got an apron for you. Take your clothes off. Get naked. Put on this apron. Cook this meal. I'm gonna fuck you on the bed. Then I'm gonna send you on the way, and then I'm gonna eat the food that you made. And I'll pay you 2,000 baht, $60 for it. Deal? They'll be like, hell yeah. 2,000 baht. That's 2,000 baht is like actually less than $60. That's more than a deal in Thailand. You didn't have to argue with no chick. You didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to explain nothing to her. You didn't have to explain your vision, talking about your program or nothing like that. And let me teach you something that your father didn't teach you, that your mother did. Man, fuck all that. Here. What I want this for this much. Can you do it? Yes or no? Yes. All right, come on and do it. And they do it. Yeah, it is a stress-free life. Meanwhile, you got your girl you struggling with, you paying all the bills. You done met her family, she met your family. Still don't get still don't get it. Still don't get it. She got her work husband talking shit about you to her work husband. You lame, goofy, old. She would have brought a bird to the relationship. She'd have brought a cat, a dog into the relationship. You treat the pet like it's yours. You buying food for the pet. You walking the pet, nurturing the pet, buying toys for the pet, putting food in the refrigerator. You taking care of a lot of shit. And they telling you, hey, yeah, I'm strong, independent, don't need you. And the dog is more important than you. The cat is more important than you. The bird is more important than you. The hamster is more important than you. You like, damn, all right. For real? You're like, all right, shit. The pet is more important. Shit, the dog didn't put new tires on your car. That was me, right? The dog ain't been putting food in the refrigerator. That was me. The cat ain't bring you food up to your job. That was me. All right. Yeah, I haven't even looked at another woman since I've been with you. Every time you take the dog outside, as soon as it sees another human, they want to run up to it and lick its leg, sniff their ass, beg to be pet. As soon as a dog sees another human, it wants attention from another. I haven't even been looking at another woman. I cut off all my hoes. All right. But it's like, hey, man, enough is enough. Now it's like, man, I don't give a damn who you talk to, who you deal with. Look, in these 30 minutes, this is what I need. Here you go. Take care. Bye. Right? And if I want to extend the time, like, hey, look, you know what? Looking good or whatever. Here's a couple more dollars. Let's get dressed. Put on your best. Let's get dressed. Go out. Get something to eat. Let's be seen. And then I'll send you an Uber on your way. Put the word out there that, oh, damn, that motherfucker put up with that motherfucker put up with a bad bitch. Oh, then he back again with another one, a different one. He had a black one last night. Now he got a white one. God damn. That boy good. This motherfucker back a third time with a brown skin. He had the black Monday. He got the white Tuesday. Now he got the tan skin Latina on Wednesday. Fuck my life. What am I doing wrong? Anyways, man, I don't know what I just I don't have anything against what Saweetie's doing. Um, you can't really out these hoes nowadays. You know what? At the end of the day, what who are you saying that to? You trying to notify the local? Well, I'll tell TMZ. What is TMZ gonna do? Man, she slept with him. She slept with him. She slept with him. Okay, and Jadon, you going anywhere? Nope. All right, all right, shit. Like, all right. I was down bad. People wanted to pay me money. It's hard out here in this industry. I can't get a regular job. Yeah, I took some money to do this, and the third. The biggest clients are going to be husbands. Jadon, are you going to leave me now? You going to break up with me now because of this? Nope. All right, so what did you accomplish? You already called your client a sucker for love type of guy. He already fuck with hoes, so it's like it's oh damn, you got a high body count. He been fucking with women with high body counts. That ain't gonna change nothing. You only hurting yourself. First off, man, if you can't introduce somebody to somebody, see you gotta. This is why there's gorilla pimping. I don't even want to get into that, but this is why there's violence in the game with certain groups of people like that. So you got to have an army to really back you up for you to get your money. See, you just run into the internet talking. That's not going to do anything, and that's not going to protect you in the future. You can't introduce somebody to somebody else, right? And force them to pay you and force them to pay you a cut because, all right, y'all fucking now. That will make you a pimp or a madam. And what is the consequence behind that? Usually with some guys, the consequence is violence. But that's if you a street hoe. You being passed off to a rich man, like what is that gonna do? And if you had it like that to really cause physical harm to somebody for not paying you what you think is owed by you being damn near a matchmaker, if you got that type of strength, then if you got that type of army, that type of muscle, you probably got enough money to not even be in that type of business. You got that kind of money, then you pretty much got enough money to parlay that into something else and make either that much more, make the same, if not that much more that you was making in that type of life. But but your secret weapon is TMZ. I'm out you. Now everybody hates you. Now it's like, hey man, you know what? You can't trust these big. See, a man in that type of situation, you supposed to get the money up front. Okay, I introduce you to this person or whatever. All right, this is the fee up front. You got to get the money up front. It's like, hey, look, you want bitches? All right, pay me this. I'll bring them to you. And you go from there. This is the meetup cost, right? So every time y'all meet, they're supposed to pay you every time they meet. How long is that going to keep up when I don't need you anymore? That's money leaving out of my pocket. Women today, they don't have pimps. Women today, they operating OnlyFans on their own. They operating the listing, some of these websites. I ain't talking about Backpage, you know what I'm saying? Like there's countries where, I mean, there's a whole bunch of escort websites in countries where it's legal. They just upload a profile on different listed websites, different escort websites. They don't need a pimp to introduce them to some high profile clients. Not all. Not all. Most women, it's like, man, I'm out here doing this on my own. I'm out here posting previews on Twitter with an OnlyFans link. And then other profiles on different websites. See, your game is kind of like, it's kind of old school, and it's not wrong. It needs to be tweaked. You want money for the women that you introduce to your clients. You're going to have to get an upfront lump sum. It's like, okay, I need this much. I could bring them to you, but I need this first. I need the money first. Okay, here you go. Okay, here's the girl. Have fun. Y'all negotiate how often y'all see each other, whether you want to see each other again or not, whatever. You don't like her no more, call me. I'll bring somebody else to you, but this is the fee if you want me to bring somebody to you. That ain't how you do it. That's probably not even how you do it. You every time they meet and fuck, you want a percentage of that. Just like if you was a man, right? Just like if you was a man, these women are cutting you off. They're getting rid of the middleman, which is you. You're like, man, I don't need no man sending me nowhere. Or I don't need nobody, man or woman, that I need to report to give a percentage or give all the money to. Fuck am I giving you money for? But now your only option is to throw them under the bus. It's not going to work. Who you going to tell? She fucked Offset. Okay, we know that. We don't care. She fucked this married guy and this married guy and this married guy. Okay, it's going to be the talk of the town for 2 weeks. Jadon, you going anywhere? Nope. All right, so what did you do? I'm not in America no more. I'm in Europe, relaxing. What are you doing? Still trying to link women to high profile men, knowing that they could do the same thing to you. So that type of business scheme is not going to work that much longer. And she knows it because it's like now she's poking holes in my business, making me look weak. Anyways, we live in a time where dirt like that, nobody gives a fuck. And they don't give a fuck that long. Right? It doesn't. I mean, what do people get canceled for anymore? She's not gonna get canceled for fucking married men. But anyways, I'm home and I'm out. You guys take care. I'll see you guys on Patreon. Link in the description box below. Peace.